Hi everyone, just a brief video refresher on how to put grades in for trimester report cards. So basically you're logged into Infinite Campus and make sure you're in the instruction tab, and you know you're in the instruction tab because it's where you take your attendance daily. Now I'm going to go down to post grades, select post grades, and it's going to bring you to the screen that I have up here. Now I'm in a training site, so my numbers might look just slightly different than yours, but I just want to go up here and I want to eyeball to make sure I'm in the correct place to be grading. Now here's the term, and of course we're in term 1, so I want to make sure I'm in term 1. The grading window is open past term 1, so after December 1st you're going to see term 2 in here. So just make sure that you eyeball the correct term, and if you need to change it for any reason, you just go to the little arrow in that field and just toggle up or down to change it. So we're in term 1. The section I'm grading on right now is math. You may start with math, you may start with whichever section you want. And I'm also in the student grading mode. That's up to you whether to grade by student or grade by grading task. Either way is perfectly fine. Some people like to do it by student and get it all done. Others like to do it by task, and that's fine as well. If you want to change it, you can just change it, change the student. You can go up and change the student name. And you can also change by grading task instead of by student. Like I said, whichever way you choose is perfectly fine. So here I am in the student, and there's 3 ways to do this. I think I'm going to show you the easiest way first. Actually, I'm going to show you the slowest way first to get it out of the way. The slowest way to do grading is to just literally pop into each cell under the grade tab and go grading task one by one and populate the grade like this, one by one by one. That's the longest way, and I think not the most efficient way. If you have to do that, that's fine, but most people like to get the grading kind of like done and finished, you know, since it does take quite a bit of time. Just make sure that once you populate the grades to go up here to the top left and hit that save button. If you populate all your grades and you don't save them, they're not going to show up on the report card. The other quicker way I feel that works better with grading, again, you're here in the post grades. You're going to go to the fill percent grade comment right here. And you're going to be able to populate a grade in one shot. Now, whether you do it by student or do it by grading task, again, that's up to you. But generally speaking, if a student is a 4, they're generally a 4 in all areas. And you can do a fill all and then go back and tweak the areas that need to be tweaked. So here I am on Sebastian. I'm going to pop in a 3 and I'm going to hit fill. And I'm going to hit OK. Now, if you notice, all of his math grading tasks are populated with the grade of 3. Now, again, there's, I think, 12 or 13 grading tasks under math, so it probably would be easier to do it this way and then go to the ones that you need to tweak and just tweak them. I know some of the grading tasks are not for this trimester. For example, this one says trimester 3, so I would just go there and you know, you could eyeball it and change it, or you can just say NA if you need to put in an NA. That's up to you. Again, once you do this, make sure you're hitting save. You can never hit save enough times. Just past experience. And then I'm ready to move on to either the next student and do the same thing. And I can move on to the next student by hitting the little drop down arrow in the student name. Or if you're grading by grading standard, I would just move on to the next standard and grade my whole class. Once you're done with math and you want to move on to another subject, you would just go to the section, hit the drop down, and select another section. I only have one section because, again, like I mentioned in the beginning, I'm in a sandbox site, but you would have all of your sections listed here. For those of you that have a student that lays in more than one section, for example, resource room teachers, reading teachers, AIS teachers, speech teachers, you know who you are. If you have a student that has a very mosaic schedule, just make sure you're only grading that student in one section and not multiple sections, because then they'll have multiple sections duplicated on the report card. When you're done with the grades and you want to do your comments, again, you can do it in one quick swoop by going up to fill percent grade comment. And you can do this one of two ways. Again, I find it easier to just select the checkbox next to the comment I want to populate, and you can put more than one comment in. So I'm going to select these two. I'm going to hit the fill button, hit the OK button, and then the comments are populated. Just like the grades, please make sure you hit the save button or the comment will not print. Now, say I populated my students with all the same comment, but there might be like one or two I just want to tweak. I'm going to go into that student, hit the manage button, unselect what I just populated, and populate what I want to be put in there for that student. That way it's a little bit of a time saver. You're not in there doing one by one by one, and then let's face it, when you do that times 24, 25 kids and then times all the sections you have to grade, it gets a little monotonous and you can lose your place if you're not concentrating. Just remember to hit save. Be very generous with the save button. Anything can always be undone as long as the grading window is open. It's going to remain open through Tuesday, December 5th. So you have up until then to make any and all changes you need to do. I hope this was helpful. Another thing I want to mention, that any comment that you have on the list, let me just bring the list up here so you can see what I'm talking about. For example, if this comment is 001, the Spanish equivalent is S with the 001 in front of it. But the Spanish comments all appear at the end. They don't appear numerically because it takes it alphabetically by the comment name. So if I have attentive in English, which is comment 001, and I want to make sure that I put that in Spanish, I would just hit S001, hit add, hit save, and it would populate in there. I hope this was helpful. If you have any further questions, please reach out. Good luck and happy grading.